So really, what this is going to be is, give me a second. What this is, while I'm trying to get this PS control work, is okay, I got it. I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just make sure this is sounding good. I could be a little louder. Okay. Let me full screen. Full screen. It's been a second. Give me a second. I'm like full screen. Full screen. Full screen. Yep. So basically, where's my music? I did it again. I know what it did. I hate when it does this. Technical difficulties. Technical speakers. I'm gonna text me. Why am I not getting sound? So it is an OBS. It's my GBA, so it must be. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, I forgot I had it fast forward. I guess I can play with the keyboard. It's really just 2 buttons. Basically what this is this a Pokemon Emerald randomizer. But to kind of, jingle, 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 keys in front of anybody who watches this, is basically I'm playing Pokemon Emerald randomizer, but to make sure I can still talk about what I want to talk about without people getting bored, I'm just like jingle, 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 jingle. So this is the keys in the situation. Really what I'm talking about is Switch 2. Again. I know. The well for content is not bottomless, I'll say that. So, basically, Nintendo Direct releases. And what it did was, give me a second, basically tell us what Switch 2 is going to be. More Mario Kart stuff. Actually, surprisingly enough, new DK content. Wasn't expecting it, to be like completely honest. I was not expecting new Donkey Kong, but I'm fine with it. Kirby Air Ride, which kind of psyched us into like thinking we were going to get something good. We didn't. We got Kirby Air Ride instead of Smash Brothers. A little salty about that. And Tamagotchi Life 2, Silk Song, Deltarune, stuff like that. It was a lot of announcements. But what really confused me was they told us the price. So, what Nintendo is suggesting is that now brand new titles should be $80 instead of the usual $60, which I felt like I was getting my ass rammed when I bought fucking Tears of the Kingdom for, what was it, 70? But $80, dude, I think you can buy an Xbox 360 for that price right now. Like an Xbox 360 with some games for that price. So, why am I saying something about it? Yeah, it's because, wow, that was weird. It's because, it's like, Nintendo wants to make the standard, and it really fucks you over, because if Nintendo's doing it, everybody's gonna do it. Like, Sony's gonna do it, Microsoft's gonna do it, Jemima's gonna do it. Joe Dirt's gonna do it. Everybody and their mama is gonna charge $80 for games, except for indie devs, obviously. So this point comes up, and it's kind of, I hate to say it, but I'm not even really offended by the price of the console, because it's a new Nintendo console. If you can't afford it, I'm not gonna say what fucking Nintendo fucking said, where if you can't afford it, you need to just play Switch 1, because that didn't go too good with the Xbox One when Microsoft said it. But if you can't afford Switch 2, wait. That's really what I was thinking. Wait a little while. Wait for it to go on sale for Black Friday or something. Well, what Nintendo really did was $500. I think it's more like $480 for the console, and then you pay like $20 for Mario Kart World. So you might as well get the Mario Kart World one for like $500. Cool, right? I know. We love Nintendo. But that's not really why I'm annoyed by it. Because they introduced new good games like Deltarune, Chapters 3 and 4, Silk Song, DK. That DK game looks really good, honestly. It looked like Donkey Kong 64 mixed with like Kirby, that new Kirby game. Forgotten Lands? No, is it Forgotten Lands? It might be Forgotten Lands. But it looks like DK mixed with that new Kirby game, and dude, it looks good. Mario Kart World doesn't look too fun. Honestly, it just looks like Crash Bandicoot NTR with looks like Mario reskins and some Sonic Transform. I think that was what that game was called. Inspirations. Which, the only thing I'm kind of excited about is the outfits. Because, you know, I kind of want to see what, like, the cow's outfits are going to be. The snowman. The dolphin. You know, everything like that. But you get to a point where it's like, dude, Nintendo must think we're desperate. Which we are. We absolutely are. I got my Switch right here, dude. And it's like on its last leg. And I have, let me check right now since I even have it out. 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games with over 100 hours. Right, and that's Animal Crossing, Smash Bros, Stardew, Pokemon, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Minecraft. Actually, and YouTube. Because for a little while when I was younger, my phone broke and I was watching YouTube on this. And it's kind of like, you know, yeah, we're desperate, but also, like, I can even understand the $500 price point, because, like, I don't know how much a new PS5 runs for, but I don't imagine it's cheap. If it's cheap, I'd be surprised. So, I'm not really, like, annoyed by that $500 price point. I'm more annoyed by the fact of $80 games. To give you an example, games right now is still like $60, which I honestly thought was high, but I would rather pay $60 because, I know I keep talking to her. I kind of want to just give me a second. Okay, sorry. What can I move? But okay, wait. This is actually a pretty important part on the randomizer. See what I got. Smoochum, Raichu. Ooh, I like Raichu. Ooh, I know who I'm getting. That was pretty easy. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite Pokemon, actually. My favorite's Wooper, but dude, I do like me a Aerodactyl. I like that. I didn't even know if Aerodactyl was like in this game. I thought he was. I guess this is Gen 5. Lucky, I guess. It's a randomizer. It's So the ROM I downloaded basically said there's 3 copies of it, and they don't change every time you load the save file. But there's 3 different copies. So this is just the one I downloaded. But back to Switch 2, right? You got... I like the new DK game. I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. I think that it's going to be like Forgotten Lands. You know, it's just going to be a reimagining of DK and what DK can do. Which, honestly, backing up a step, it's kind of weird that Nintendo's taken this direction with almost all of their games. Breath of the Wild really holds a really heavy influence on Nintendo right now. Because, like, DK is going open world. Link went open world. Mario went open world. You know what? They gave me the screen at the wrong time. You're Mario now, because I was talking about him. Mario went open world. Kirby went open world. I wouldn't be surprised if Metroid went open world. I think Metroid Prime's an open world game. I've played it, but I don't really remember. I think it's closed world, but it's like semi-open. I think it's the best term for it. But Kirby's mostly open. No, it isn't. Forgotten Land wasn't open. It was like levels with an open world idea. It was semi-open, like what's it called? Oh wait, this is another first random. Let's see what this is. First random encounter. Oh, that's not the Pokemon I thought it was. I thought that was Lilligant, or like Lilligant, ain't it? That's cool. I've never seen those before. I thought that was a completely different Pokemon. Actually, doesn't she have an Alolan form that's like her? I think it's called a Lay. Like I think that's what that Pokemon is. I think it's just the non-Alolan version of it. I've never seen the non-Alolan. But basically, like, DK's gone open world, which, I mean, I don't even mind DK going open world, really, because I think he's always strived in it. Mario does good in open world, because, like, Mario 64 really proved that, right? You give him an open map, it's not too bad. Let's see what this is. What is that, Flygon? Looks shiny. I've never seen this Pokemon before. Vibrava. Bravava. Is that a Pokemon? I've never heard of Bravava. Is that? I don't know if that's a real thing. 9134. I just doxed my fucking phone password. Bravado. Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon? Turn off that sound. Maybe I'm tweaking. Yeah, maybe I'm tweaking. I didn't even know that was a thing. Let's do one more battle, just because I think this is fun. But I think DK works well in open world, because you get a lot of platforming. Another one, Vibrava. Interesting. Maybe this isn't like completely random. They just randomized the encounters in that area, which sucks if they did. But this is really here for jingle, jingle, jingle. So basically, right, you got DK really works well in open world. I thought, for sure, I thought DK would like go crazy in open world. Kirby, I think, would do good in open world. Link definitely does his best in open world, which I have opinions about something Link related I'll get to in a minute. I also want to see what she has. Weightlifter Stacy. Oh wait, the names are randomizer. Oh, she got Smoochum though. I guess the starters aren't randomized. Let's go, Mario. Yahoo! So, but like I was saying, Like DK, Kirby, Samus, Mario, Link. I would say F-Zero, but we're not getting another fucking F-Zero game. But here's what confuses me. Right now, I don't remember how much they said it was going to be. But I'm going to Google it. I am going to Google that, actually. But Nintendo's also talking about a Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. This is Reddit, so this might be a lie. But if this is the case, I'm like actually kind of mad about this. Okay, so basically, Nintendo's basically being like, "Hey guys, I know you bought our games, and I'm sure you're loving them, but give us $20 and we'll put them on Switch too." Not like you can't play them unless you give them that $20, but more like what's it called? Pretty, please give us $20. Is basically what Nintendo's doing right now. Which, okay, I mean, that's dirty. You get 30 more frames per second. Which, I think that Switch 2 has the problem right now of not enough exclusives to be worth it. DK and Mario, I think, are the only two. Not Mario Kart, I mean specifically, are going to be the two exclusive. We haven't heard about Pokemon ZA. We haven't heard about a new 3D Mario. And I despise to do this. But you got to look at previous Nintendo sequel consoles. Because you got to think, 3DS, dude, 3DS went crazy, right? DS, 3DS. That was a good transition. Good games. I think the first game on 3DS, I actually think it struggled with games for the beginning, but I think it was Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2. New Super Mario... Damn, I hate them titles. Like, New Super Mario Bros. 2, I think it was. First game on 3DS was... Okay, I lied. It was Kid Icarus. So, you basically got nothing with your 3DS. I lied. Still, it's still a mainline game. It wasn't like a spin-off game. It was Kid Icarus. It was a new Kid Icarus game, right? GBA first game. The first game on the Game Boy Advance was Mario Kart Super Circuit. And you know what? That game didn't do good. Did it? No, Super Circuit did good. I'm thinking about Mario Party Advance. But those consoles did really well. And I guess that kind of shuts me up on my point with Mario Kart Super Circuit being the first game on the Game Boy Advance. So, my fault. But I was going to say, home consoles have not done good with sequel consoles. And home consoles, especially without, like, definitive genre-defining titles. Good example, Switch. Switch is really a sequel console to the Wii U. Being honest. Ooh, Drowsy. I don't like Drowsy, really. It's psychic, ain't it? It just doesn't kill, I'll catch it. We might be looking at a new problem. My Aerodactyl might be too strong. Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with just running an Aerodactyl run. I like Aerodactyl. Let's see what we catch. First Pokemon. Okay. Looks like we're catching a Drowsy. But basically what I was thinking was like, What was I talking about? Oh, sequel consoles. Switch is really a sequel console to the Wii U. The Wii U is really a sequel console to the Wii. There's a difference here, though. I'm not saying that every console before one console is a sequel console. No, because that would be measles saying GameCube and Wii are sequel consoles to each other. Incorrect. But I am saying that the Wii and the Wii U are sequel consoles, and the Switch took a lot of inspiration off of the Wii U to help revolutionize. But the difference here is Wii came out with Wii Sports, right? It was a genre defining in casual gameplay. Looks like we're catching a Blossom? Whatever, right? Well, then you're talking about Wii U. Wii U comes out with, I think it was Wii Party, which was kind of there to be like, look, gamepad. That's really what Wii Party was for. And, I mean, it just didn't do well. And Switch came out with Breath of the Wild. Genre defining. Right? See where I'm going with this? GameCube came out with... The GameCube wasn't a sequel console. SNES was. It came out with Super Mario World. Genre defining. What I'm saying here is basically just, you know, like, you gotta look at it to a point where you're like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. But you gotta look at it to a point where you're like, you know, if the first game on the console isn't genre defining, you might as well just not buy it, because the console usually fails if the first game is bad. Good example. Wait. Yep, he's dead. Shame. She really is a shame. I really wanted to catch a Pokemon, but no. So did I just catch you wanting to be shit? I love that video. I don't want to fight. But good example, in my opinion, is it's actually giving me more of a challenge than I thought it was. Is Wii U. Legitimately, if Switch didn't perform well, Wii U would have put them under. So, Heracross. I love Heracross. I love his interest animation. Wii came out with Wii Sport. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you're a home console without a genre-defining title, you struggle. And even to handhelds, Game Boy comes out with Tetris, right? Really, I mean, I'm not gonna like sit here and try to preach the gospel of Tetris. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Tetris, dude. If you didn't play Tetris, you were off bad. If Tetris wasn't like a game for you, you know. But it did revolutionize puzzle games. Like, I don't think games like Candy Crush would be where it is without Tetris. Obviously, Dr. Mario, stuff in that area, right? Now, the immediate point I pull up afterwards is, you know, if not Tetris, what would they would put? Tetris is not the best example, because it is a weird genre, but it still proves my point. GB ain't no way Hitmonlee is a good... I like Hitmonlee. I don't think he's that bad, actually. See if we can't catch him. Because if we can't, we're kind of screwed. We really need another Pokemon. Please do something with recoil. I don't think I can hit it. Like, I legitimately think I'm too strong. This might just be a, yeah, this is probably going to end up being an Aerodactyl only run. Ooh. Because I use Wing Attack and they immediately die. Yeah, it's unlucky, right? That was a lot of critical hits. But basically what I was saying is, you know, it's just kind of like to a point where you're like, you know, I just think that Mario Kart World is not a good game to open the console on, because the only other console that's opened on a Mario Kart, I believe, was the GBA. And Game Boy Advance did well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here preaching that Game Boy Advance didn't do good, but I'm saying that's a kind of weird area, because that was kind of revolutionary for its genre. Mario Kart World is not doing anything new to the genre. It's just it's Crash Racing mixed with Sonic with Mario. It's just like Crash Racing with the Sonic Transforms thing and Mario's. That's it. That's all it is, and it's really stupid. I don't think it was a good choice to run that as your new game. A 3D Mario would have been smarter. But I digress, you know. This is going to be like a... I don't know why, but I'm feeling like this is going to be like a fucking demigod or something he has on his team. Ranger Donna. Oh. Oh, it's just a Sun Kern. Wing Attack. But good example is like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Agility. This is so nice. Like I said, Wii Sports really revolutionized casual gaming. Sonic, or like, if a console doesn't have a game that revolutionizes what it... Holy... Isn't there like a... I think Trico is a starter. Unlucky. Toodles. Unlucky, right? But I don't know. I just think it's like weird, because like, you would think they would look back and they would be like, okay, Wii U, we dropped what with it? Hello, sir, we dropped... This is like a Nintendo representative. Hello, sir, we dropped a Wii Party. It was very similar, not very new to the genre. Okay. What about Virtual Boy? Virtual Boy was just a piece of shit. It really was. I got really worried that was like a ho-ho. Interesting, Virtual Boy was pretty bad. Okay, what about... GameCube didn't do good. Honestly, I don't think the GameCube did that well. I think Game Boy outsold it a lot. I think Sunshine was the game. Super Monkey Ball, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion was genre defining in and of itself too. And it just shows that if a console does well, it usually is... Whatever. If a console does really well, it's usually because its first game was so monumental. And that's kind of the problem with Switch 2. I just don't see the monument in Mario World. Because I even think Crash NTR is on Switch. I think it is. I think a remake of it is. Also, Croc got a remake. This is not related to anything to do with Pokemon or Switch 2. Croc did get a remake, and I'm really happy about it. But I just think it's funny that Nintendo is like pushing this Switch 2 narrative. Like, if you don't buy Switch 2, you're going to struggle. This is the game for, this is the console for Nintendo. If we're going to make another console, this is going to be it. And it's just kind of like, it feels lazy almost. You know, it just feels kind of like lazy? Yeah, I guess lazy is the word I want to use, because Pokemon ZA hasn't been finished. They're pushing out a new Donkey Kong game, but it really just looks like Donkey Kong Odyssey is the best way to say it. It just looks like Donkey Kong. It's open world probably. It's probably going to be like Donkey Kong has a little friend like Kirby, and it's just going to be like Donkey Kong discovers wacky powers, but also experiments with the past. Diddy Kong probably won't be in there because of Diddy, because I didn't see him in the trailer. But it's just a shame, because it's like, man, you would really wish that they would do something new instead of Mario Kart again. And because granted, we have been waiting like 10 years for Mario Kart, so it has been a while since Mario Kart, but that just looks like Crash NTR. Oh, that's a weird Pokemon. Whoa, that's a strange Pokemon. But it's just funny. I just think it's weird that that's just the decision they went with. And another thing, it just feels stupid that instead of running like, I don't know, like, okay, PlayStation right now, PlayStation's really like going all in with PS5. It's like, what are you about? It's really going all in with PS5. It's really confident in this console. Sorry, my microphone's acting up. My microphone's being stupid. It's really all in with PS5. Xbox, they're cooking something up. I legitimately think Xbox is cooking something up. What I think it is, God only knows. But I do believe Xbox is brewing up something, and it's probably going to be like, I don't know what Xbox would call their next console. I don't think it'd be Xbox 2, because they've kind of already Xbox One, 360. I remember 720 being a popular theory for what the next Xbox was going to be called, but I doubt it. XS. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Xbox Ultra, the Xbox One Z, the Xbox One Plus, stuff like that. But digress, right? It's like, you know, you gotta think about it. For Gym Bats. But it just feels weird, I guess is the word. Because it's like, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. It's probably not important. Oh yeah, my game does this. I have colorblind mode on my laptop, because why not? And it like switches back and forth. It's really weird. I don't know how to. Whatever. I fixed it. But it's just really funny, I guess, to me. I guess is the word, because it's like, for example, you know, I was kind of just like thinking about it, you know. It was really weird that Nintendo didn't go the route everybody wanted them to, with a new Mario or a new Smash or something like that. Because I thought that was Mantike. That's Mantine. I like this Pokemon. I like this Pokemon a lot. But it's just weird, I guess. This doesn't kill. I'm throwing a Pokeball. Yes! Another Pokemon. But it's just really strange to me that Nintendo went this route with it, I guess. Because it wasn't like, you know, almost. I legitimately don't think I could hit it again. Maybe Aerodactyl was a bad choice. Because, I mean, I guess I can try Premier Ball. I don't think it has better catch rate. Please. Well, I tried. I really did. It's gonna have to be sentenced to death for this. Yeah, I really did try. It might not kill. I figured it out. It's something to do with my... Whoa, that's so weird. Agility. Well, I don't even know what it does. Oh, it just makes me faster? Bubble. I might actually die here. Ooh. Jinkies. Let's go, Mario. Well, even like to a certain point, you know, my thought was like, you know, nobody wants, like, I can't say nobody. I don't know what people are thinking right now. You know, maybe there's probably somebody here who's like, oh yeah, Donkey Kong, oh yeah. But like, I imagine the majority of people right now would be freaking out over even if something as simplistic as even if something as simplistic as like a new, like, simplistic is a wrong word for it. Even something like Mario, like a new Mario, or I get that we haven't seen new out of Donkey Kong in a while, but I just don't think this was the time for it. We're not living this. Maybe we live this. He might not have any other attacks. Yeah, and this is probably going to be a very long battle. Yeah, I know. It's a very helpful. Oh my god. I died. I'll be damned. But, as previously stated, you know, am I going the right way? No, I'm not. I just thought it was weird that their first thought was not like, Pokemon ZA. That wasn't their first thought. Their first thought wasn't, and don't get me wrong, I don't think anybody was complaining about a new Mario Kart, because, like, it has been a minute. We are long overdue for a new Mario Kart. However, I don't think anybody was jumping out of their seat for a new Mario Kart. I think legitimately, majority of people were like me on it. They were just kind of like, I would really love a new Mario Kart. I'm fine with 8. I actually think that 8 right now is one of the best Mario Karts we're probably going to get. But I think that because it's been 10 years since we've gotten a Mario Kart, that's why it's bad. I had a feeling I wasn't. So I lied. We're back. I may have to edit that out. But basically, all I was saying during that microphone out session was that I think that Mario Kart 8 lost its luster because it's just been so long since we got another one. Like, Double Dash is one of my favorite games. I wouldn't say my favorite, but it is up there with, like, Sonic. Just Sonic. I don't know where I was going with that. Holy guacamole. If I die here, I'm ending this video because it's already fucked up. So you might just get this. So I'm going to try to make it quick. Basically, I legitimately think that this game would have went better. That, like, Mario Kart 8 was a good game. And that we needed a new Mario Kart. I just don't think World was put out at a good time. I think that you should have waited towards winter. You should have pushed out Switch 2 with, like, either a new 3D Mario or a new 3D Zelda. And basically just waited until, like, a holiday rush like you always do for your Mario Kart. Because right now what this is you're basically giving out Mario Kart World before anybody wants Mario Kart World. And it's kind of just like, you know, it's like eating the same sandwich for 3 weeks straight, you know. It, like, you really like peanut butter and I really like peanut butter and banana sandwiches. If I eat one a week, dude, I'm sitting happy. I eat 2 a week. Okay, I might want to put a little more variety here. 3, okay, man. I don't want any more peanut butter and banana sandwiches. 4, I'm getting sick off of them. 5, I'm wanting to kill myself. You know, it's that logic, you know. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. I'm probably gonna die here, but I don't even care. it's just, it's strange, I guess is the best way to say it. Ooh, I love that Pokemon. Because it's my thought process has always just been, you know, like, why not, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Mantine. This one about killed me earlier. Because well, I was trying to catch it, so, yeah. But, basically, what I was saying is, it's been like 10 years since our last Mario Kart. I just don't think it was a good time for it. I think that we needed one, but it wasn't a good time for it, was all I was trying to say. I know that took me a while to get across that point, but that's what I was trying to say. But really, that's all you can say about Switch 2. Prices are ridiculous. The console price, I actually don't mind. I think that's kind of reasonable. For a brand new console, like day one launch, I feel like that's kind of reasonable. If the price doesn't go down, then I'm going to say it was unreasonable. But $80 for a game is ridiculous. Because, to give you an idea, for Super Smash Brothers, I paid $60. You're still going to pay $60 for Super Smash Brothers. I can about assure you that. However, for Metroid Prime, Stardew Valley, and Minecraft and Stardew Valley, I have 100 hours in individually. And Metroid Prime, I don't have that much time in, but I know it's like a lot of people's favorite game. It's the same price as Mario Kart World. Another example. Basically, a whole nother Mario Kart game in DLC is like $50. A year of Nintendo Switch Online expansion, which is DLCs, Game Boy, N64 games, all kinds of shit, is $60. A year of it, right? And then to counter argument, to finalize this point, I believe I only spent about $80. I love Spill's intro. I forgot he does all that. I forgot he was that goofy. I forgot he just like rolls in. But for $80, you can legitimately go buy like a used copy of Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. I think legitimately for $80 you could find a copy of Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. And it's just weird to me that that's the price they settled on. Because they knew they weren't going to get away with that. I feel like they knew they weren't going to get away with that. I think what they're trying to do right now is, it's like trying to sneak vegetables in your kid's like dinner. You might get away with it for a little while, but then you're going to keep doing it, and they're eventually going to be like, what the fuck, man? I didn't want that shit. It's just ridiculous, man. That's all I'm saying. $80. I understand the console price to a degree, because you know what? You're getting a day one Nintendo console, and you're expecting it for less than $400. Because Switch, when it came out, okay, I understand, and even if they use the excuse of, well, it's tariffs, bro, we gotta pay more because it's tariffs, I would have been like, this is a Trump thing. This is not even a Trump thing. This is Nintendo being fucking greedy. They're not even trying to blame tariffs. They're just like, you said you like our games? Fuck you. That's what they're doing. That's all it is. That's really all it is, man. Because even like that is Mr. What? Mr. Crab levels of greed. Holy Aura Beam. Well, that's the end of this video. I'm mad about that. I am mad about that. Let me close my actual Game Boy Advance. So, this doesn't look good. Like I was saying, just to simplify where we're at. What is it doing? This might not be good. This might have froze, and we are still stuck in the meta tank fight. Which, if that's the case, I know. I will put Subway Surfer gameplay video on it for the views. But just to summarize what I'm saying, I think Nintendo is a scummy, greedy corporation, and $80 for one game is ridiculous. Mario meta tank. I believe my video froze, so you're probably going to be sitting on either this screen, which I will show you the screen, or I'm going to edit in something. More than likely, you're going to be sitting on this screen.